They both are attacking scoring guards that you cannot take your eyes off. You have to keep them out of the paint, and you have to get a high hand on their outside shot.
R.J. Cole, number 2 with the basketball. 44 games it took him to get to 1,000 points, quickest ever at Howard. But C.J. Williams took 58 games to get there. And Cousins turned away by Jamarco Pickett. Howard gets it back, and nice job working inside his Zion Cousins, a sophomore from Upper Marlboro, Maryland.
Well, defensively, Georgetown looking to get off to a better start. They need to get some stops and control the paint with their size.
And a rebound in there by Cousins. Here come the Bison. And Cole puts it up and counts.
Well, this young man, you're going to hear his name a lot. He is a dynamic scoring guard that can score off the bounce or off the catch. Here we'll see some good interior play. First, a great block by Pickett. But this is a Howard team that's scrappy. They stay with the play.
And how about Akinjo picks up his second foul.
And then Cole, the sophomore guard, coming off a 29-point game versus Hampton, is a one-man machine in terms of scoring the ball and very, very dangerous in the screen and roll.
Well, you can see why he's the preseason player of the year in the MEAC conference. Here's Malinowski under some pressure. Gets it across down the lane. Set up, Govan, baseline, no tip is good. Nice job in there. And that was LeBlanc. Josh LeBlanc with the putback.
Josh LeBlanc is an effort guy. Very good offensive rebounder.
Here's the steal. Malinowski leads off. Euro step at the bucket. Jagan Mosley.
Mosley, an experienced guard with size, very good. Getting downhill, using his strength and body control to finish.
Howard coming in with a record of 6 and 7, coming off a loss to Hampton, 89-82 the last outing.
Howard team runs a ball screen motion with a lot of cutting and passing, but usually it ends with a ball screen for Cole or Williams.
With 2 on the shot clock, they got the shot off and then get the rebound back. Pull up, deep jack, barely gets iron there from Charles Williams. 7-4 Howard.
There's Jagan Mosley, very good at getting into the gaps. Nice step through dribble, using his size and his length to get into the paint, and does a good job finishing.
Here's Mosley for the Hoyas. 8-3 coming off a win against Little Rock, 102-94. And contact going to the hole. It's going to be an offensive foul.
He's out of control here. Nice job by the front line of Howard, stepping in and taking that charge. And, you know, that's the time when you want to just stop and pull up, Dave, and not go so deep into the paint. Mosley, one of the more experienced guards, should know that the deeper you go, sometimes it's a little bit too dangerous with the front line defense.
The mid-range jump shot can serve you well. On the pull-up. Way outside, letting it rip is R.J. Cole. 10-4 Howard.
Well, he's a lefty guard that has a quick release and very good at faking like he uses the ball screen. Instead, pulls up.
Pickett went for the dunk and missed it on the pass from Jesse Govan.
R.J. Cole off to a good start. Mosley thought he was going to use the bounce off the ball screen. Instead, he uses a nice jab step to fake like he's going to drive, and instead pulls up. Very deceptive and very, very creative scorer. He doesn't just score off the three. He can also get to the paint.
Foul is on Akawovo. As it puts DeMarco Pickett on the line and Patrick Ewing. I expect great things out of this young man. Got to start getting it done, pick it up a little bit. Averaging 5 points and 4 rebounds. Into the game is Raymond Buffet for Howard.
Defensively, Georgetown playing man-to-man and
trying to go through the legs, and numbers for Georgetown. He got a A break there and a layup. But Mosley converts it on the turnover.
That turnover was created by Govan doing a nice job stepping out on the ball screen and just anticipating quick hands by the big man, scoring off the defense.
Wovo passes off. Williams, no, and the rebound goes to LeBlanc. Here come the Hoyas. Pickett way outside. Barely got some iron. And who tipped it? Will keep it right here to be Howard Ball.
Warriors playing on the defensive end, scoring off their defense. Quick hands by Govan, and that's a good way to get your team going in transition with the layup.
Sponsored by Jeep Grand Cherokee. Welcome back, everybody. Capital One Arena, Washington, D.C. Dave Sims and Rick Turner. Howard Bison led all the way so far here in the early going, Rick.
Yeah, they're off to a good start. R.J. Cole has been the main guy in terms of scoring the ball for Howard. But, you know, looking at this lineup, obviously the freshman focus is really the biggest theme, and certainly McClung being out today is not something we'll talk much about. But overall, the backcourt of Akinjo and McClung has been very, very impressive with the way they've been able to create offense, score, and play up-tempo the way Pat Ewing wants to play. And in the backcourt of Howard, R.J. Cole and Charles Williams, just as dynamic. They both score the ball at close to 20 points. They both are the catalyst in terms of creating off the bounce. And guard play is so crucial, especially as you get ready for conference play.
Chad Lott and Andre Toure unavailable to Howard because of injuries. So a little short-handed here for the Howard Bison. Akuobo kicks it out. Williams pull up, in and out. And the rebound goes to Josh LeBlanc. Got surprised on that pass from Mosley.
This is the first time of this season, I believe, that Mosley has played extensive minutes at the one. Played a lot of point last year.
Malinowski's miss rebounded by Bethea, and Howard led all the way in this game. 5 minutes in. A 2-point advantage right now.
Defensively, Georgetown trying to keep the ball forced to the sideline to keep Cole and Williams from using the ball screen.
Williams pull up. Long. And nice save. Terrific job by Okuovo. Missed shot there. Taken down by Pickett.
Early on, I like Pickett's energy. He's active on the defensive end, using his length, rebounding the ball, had a nice block earlier.
Malinowski got a good look at it. Down to 3.
And Malinowski is an important player because of his ability to space the floor with his shooting. He's an experienced guard. Pat Ewing likes using him because of his ability to stretch the defense and create angles, because he's the guy you have to respect as a shooter.
Third best shooter from the field on this Georgetown team. First lead for the Hoyas. Howard trying to counter. Quick line drive jumper, no good by Bethea. Govan from way up top. A little harsh off the board. The rebound goes to Howard.
Both teams trying to play with pace. This Howard team does not work the ball around much. They average about 15 seconds of possession offensively, so they're going to play quick.
C.J. Williams still long in his jump shot. Mosley, runner, glass, and got the roll.
Nice job. And Mosley is starting to really create offense in transition, keeping his head up, exploring the floor with his dribble, and that's the second drive he's had downhill. Nice job by the junior.
Nice save in the corner. Not a long pass. Bethea from Cole. Oxford pick from Cousins. Uses it. Turns the corner. High dribble. Keeps the dribble alive. He's a lefty. Went with his right a little bit weak on that one.
That's exactly right, Dave. Good scouting report defense.
And Govan with the layup.
Nice job. Georgetown scoring off their defense. It starts with the defensive stop, and then the outlet pass, which allows Georgetown to get out and run. This is how they want to play. Govan, the senior, leading the way, attacking the rim in transition and getting that up-tempo game going.
As someone in witness protection, I can't tell you anything about myself. But believe me, I'm not your average consumer. That's why I switched to Liberty Mutual. They customize my car insurance so I only pay for what I need. And as a man, or a woman, with very specific needs that I can't tell you about.
Mr. Landry?
Oh, no.
Hi, Mr. Landry.
Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance so you only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Georgetown on a good roll, 11-0 run and 15-3 after trailing 7-0, and ball movement played a big key in this run here.
Well, a lot of the ball movement has come off of, transition. And, Malinowski's been one of the key guys because he does such a good job of moving without the ball. But making the extra pass, we talked to Pat Ewing before the game, and certainly with McClung out, Malinowski's a guy who's just a high IQ guy. He knows how to play. He's in the right spot all the time, and, he's a guy you can depend on. You can trust his experience.
Going hard to a hole, and a rebound is Malinowski. Leaves out a break. Howard started out hitting 3 of his first 4 shots and gone 1 of 11 since then. Mosley, 10 up on the shot clock. Turn and face LeBlanc, and he knocks it down. Jackson LeBlanc.
This is another good possession by the Hoyas. Patient, they're moving the ball and cutting hard, and then LeBlanc, who has a nice touch, continues to get better as another quality freshman on this Georgetown team.
Slippage there. Cole with room. Takes advantage. Put back, no good. Stay with it. Cousins, 2 opportunities. Can't cash it in. Here's Malinowski back the other way. Deep pull up. And back rim, no good. Gets his rebound. But they turn it over. Taking over is Prince Anosaki, number 35. McVay steps into the jumper. Got a breakout. Mosley saw it. And a nice stop defensively by R.J. Cole.
That's one of the keys to this Howard team, defensive transition.
Malinowski intercepts the alley-oop. Hoyas by 7. Malinowski going to the basket. And offensive foul. We'll take a break. Malinowski picks up the foul. We go to the break with Georgetown leading 17-10.
I'm a fire.
Home of the Georgetown Hoyas, Stanley Cup champion, Washington Capitals, and the Washington Wizards. Patrick Ewing, Basketball Hall of Famer, second-year head coach, 3-time Big East champion as a player, 3 times in the Final Four, national champion, and also 4-time Defensive Player of the Year in the Big East. What a career. Right now, his team with a 7-point lead and a big drought for Howard.
We're calling a legal screen, which would be a turnover for Howard. And so far, Georgetown's been very, very locked in defensively, holding Howard at just 22% from the field. And the biggest thing that you're noticing is that Georgetown is using their length to make Howard play over the top, and they just don't have the horses. Obviously, this Howard team is shorthanded with their freshman power forward Andre Torrey out with an injury, and also their junior guard Chad Lott out. So those are 2 key components from their starting lineup. Georgetown taking advantage of it.
Lott averaging 15, almost 15 points. A nice jump hook, old school by Jesse Govan.
And that's a good sign because he needs to get himself going. They need to keep feeding him the post. Pat Ewing wants to play inside out, get Govan going early. That's his patented go-to move, that left shoulder jump hook.
Here's Jones. 15-0 run for Georgetown. It's a wide open look for C.J. Williams. He's having a tough time this afternoon, 1 for 7. Mosley in the corner. Govan, big man. Outside, chases down his miss, comes up empty.
Defensive adjustment there by Howard. They went into a 2-3.
And a turnover as Cole anticipated Anosaki filling that space, and he didn't.
Well, Georgetown is really, really staying disciplined defensively. They're not gambling. They're not playing out of their space, and they're playing as a unit, which has made it tougher for Howard to get those looks near the rim.
Von Blair into game number 0 for Georgetown. On the reverse, missing it, is Caleb Johnson. Got in cleanly, couldn't finish it off. Cole streaking to the basket, goes right hand and scores.
Nobody stopped the ball, and Cole just took great advantage of it, gets all the way to the paint.
And on the bump, drawn nicely. Really well done by James Akinjo.
He's just a really impressive guard. Just a heads-up play by the freshman. He knew that Cole was trying to cut him off, so he just kept him on his shoulder. And instead of driving into the gap and getting the charge, he stops and pulls up. Nice adjustment by the freshman.
Chance for a good old-fashioned three-point play. This is a free throw. 81% on the season. Tops on the team. Jones on the pass from Cole, and they'll do a reset. Under 10 to play here in the first half. Howard got out to a lead. It's been all Georgetown since. The double team. Going for a walk. Long jumper missed by Williams. Put back, no good. And it's Govan with the rebound. Hoyer's run. Numbers against him. Doesn't stop Akinjo from lighting it up from deep.
Well, their offense so far has been in sync because they're rebounding and then they're pushing the tempo and they're pacing and playing the way they want.
Govan on the foul. Entry pass. Trying to get it down to Saki. Govan's first.
This is just good basketball, you know, making the extra pass, and, you know, Akinjo has that green light to spot up and really, you know, playing a big role as that starting point guard. Pat Ewing trusts him, letting him play through some mistakes, but also giving him the freedom to create and be aggressive, which has been really, really helpful to this Georgetown team.
Really interesting talking to Patrick before the game. I said, years ago when we knew each other, you were with the Knicks. I was covering the Knicks. Did you see yourself as a coach? He said no, but he loves it.
Well, he loves the game, and, you know, he's the kind of guy who, even when he stopped playing, as you watch Cole with the pull-up, you know, you knew Pat Ewing was going to still be connected to the game in some form or fashion, and, you know, Michael Jordan gave him his first job here in D.C.
I was here in D.C., did coach, and he did eventually go with Michael down to Charlotte. It was insisted down there. Foul on Caleb Johnson. That's his first. His first. And then it's team foul number 6 for the Hoyas.
It was interesting because, you know, Pat said he's learned from a lot of coaches, you know, starting with Big John, his biggest mentor and father figure, who's here at the game in this customary baseline seat, Big John Thompson, and then going up to the NBA, Pat Riley, Jeff Van Gundy, Stan Van Gundy, Steve Clifford, you know, Tom Thibodeau. You know, he's learned a little bit from every coach and combined it with his own personality.
And a rebound on the breakout here, Pickett. And look at LeBron on a nice feed. Makes it 26-14 Georgetown.
Again, the rebounding allows them to get out and push. And you're not hearing a lot about DeMarco Pickett, but I like his energy. He's rebounding, he's using his length, he's impacting the game defensively, which is allowing Georgetown to run.
Cole dribbled it off his leg, then got tied up. He tried to get a timeout, but the arrow does favor Howard.
This is just good up-tempo basketball. The lob to the freshman, playing above the rim, making it easy.
I did a lot of research into Deanna.
Big John Thompson. John Thompson Jr., legendary coach, basketball Hall of Famer, 1984 national champion, kept this Georgetown program on the map from 1972 to 1999. Turned out so many great pros and just created a heck of an era in the Big East Conference. So many wonderful matchups. Georgetown, St. John's, Georgetown, Nova, Georgetown, Syracuse. Those, the glory days of the Big East Conference.
He's the pioneer, the architect of this Georgetown program, and such a wealth of knowledge. I love talking to him before the games, and, you know, he is just as connected in terms of this team and knowing the strengths and weaknesses of every player. He'll break down the whole team to you, just as if he's still coaching.
Indeed. I had the pleasure of working a lot of games on national radio with John over the years. It's a pleasure. That miss.
There's been no one offensive rebounding for Howard, and that's allowed Georgetown to create their own tempo and play in the open court with the fast break.
Moving around, here's a deep shot way outside Blair. Put back no good. Cole has the last 10 points for Howard. Their leading scorer. Cousins. That's good. Zion Cousins, sophomore, averaging just under 4 points and 8 rebounds.
So he's a big part of their front line. Cousins, who's coming off a 13-rebound game versus Hampton. 6'8", good upside.
Govan will face up.
And that's what makes him unique, his ability to face up and shoot the ball at 6'10". He's not just a post-up guy, showing that versatility with the touch.
It's 20 points in his last 2 games. Prior to that, he'd averaged 20 points a game.
You know, when we talked to Pat Ewing before the game, he said, look, he told Jesse he's been subpar the last couple games, and he needs him to step it up, especially as they get ready for conference play.
Okulovo shot an air ball.
Substitution for Howard.
And coming in.
It's the game number 25,
Cameron Lewis into the game, senior from Buffalo, coming into the lineup for Howard. Looking for somebody to come free. Well, they come off it. There's Curls ready to fire it up. Feed the post down low. And a foul's going to go against Howard.
So the thing you like about that was the patience. They had 3 looks of guys coming off with curls. They didn't like what they saw, so they went to their last option, which was a post-up ISO action to LeBlanc, who is very comfortable down low with his back to the basket. Expect this young man to continue to assert himself going into conference play.
Good contributions for LeBlanc thus far, 6 points and 5 rebounds.
Pat said, early in the season, LeBlanc told him, look, you don't have to start me. I just want to play whatever role you want me to play in. That's what you want from a freshman, a young man who just wants to play and fit in and do whatever the team needs.
Way outside, air ball. Off the rebound, that was a Kinjo. He got the pass and could not convert. Howard early on in the first, less than 2 minutes, had a 7-point lead, but since then, Georgetown's been dominant. Lewis trying to get the ball to Cole. Jump stop. Good hustle, get on the floor, and Howard gets back with 9 on the shot clock. Cole, pull up just below the foul line. He's got a nice touch. And a timeout called by Patrick Ewing. Not happy with the defensive sequence there. 5:28 to go here in the first half. It's Georgetown by 10.
A bad day on the road still beats a good one off it. Progressive helps keep you out there.
The Smithsonian is one of the greatest institutions we have in our country. In this museum here of African-American history and culture, I visited here about 2 years ago, not long after it opened. And when you come to Washington, D.C., give yourself a good 4.5 hours to do it right, and you'll want to do it again. It's a wonderful place. And talk about top-notch. Max Scherzer finished second in the Cy Young Award balloting in the National League. One of the premier pitchers in Major League Baseball. 3-time Cy Young Award winner. He is a good one.
He throws some heat, doesn't he?
He's got everything. And he competes, too. He's fiery. And he's a guy that's going to want to go. He doesn't want to go maybe 3 times through the lineup. He wants to go 7, maybe 7, 8, 9 innings.
Yeah.
Great pitch.
Big-time player. Great to see him here, too.
Probably had some game in high school, I bet. Here's a Kinjo. Firing out to Pickett.
And Howard and the Passers doubled the post, but they're playing Govan straight up. And that's exactly how you play it. Govan is not just a scorer, but also a playmaker, very good passer out of the post. And LeBlanc continues to flourish with that 15-foot touch.
He's got 8 points. Cole, pull up, decided not to go deep. And Regan, nice job, and taken away from Akobo. He was in good shape. Here's Govan. Under 5 to play here in the first half. He wanted that all the way. Did not get it. Breakout here. Charles Williams had a hard time shooting from the field. Layup. He got that one to go.
And there was no court balance for Georgetown, which allowed Williams to get a run out. Good sign for him. He struggled from the field.
Indeed. 4 points for him. This player feeding the post to Govan. And he gets fouled by Cameron Lewis.
C.J. Williams, who has been cold from outside, but not just a jump shooter, athletic, long, and a scorer's mentality. Very good in the open court as well.
10-point lead for the Hoyas. Jesse Govan at the line. First team preseason All Big East performer. 5th leading scorer in the conference right now.
We talked to Coach Nickelberry about how to stop Govan. He said, look, we want to throw multiple bodies at him. We have 2 or 3 guys that are about 6'8", 6'9", and they're all going to get a turn. Well, Govan has pretty much played at his own pace today, showing a little bit of everything in the open court, getting to the foul line, and then showing that jump hook down low as well.
Malinowski and Caleb Johnson back in the game for the Hoyas. 12-point lead. 12 points for Cole, leading scorer for Howard. Trying to get a lot of other people involved. Shooting has not been great for the Vikes. Cole trying to shake free. Does. Bump the foul line. Doesn't get a shooter's hole. Rebound to Govan. Here's Ford. Govan sets up nicely, presents. And offensive foul. A little flipper with the left elbow.
Nice job by Akinovu using his feet to beat Govan to the spot. Good lateral quickness and draws the contact. Turnover.
For the Georgetown Hoyas, Dave Sims, Trey Turner here. Washington, D.C., and Jesse Govan with 8 points. He's looked good here, Trey.
He has, and he needed to get back on track, and he certainly has. He inserted himself early, getting out in the open court. And not only did he do that, but he also showed that ability to be a multiple faceted big man, very skilled down low, patient, has that touch with the jump hook, and then he also can stretch the floor by facing up. To me, he's the best, most talented big man in the league. And looking across the league, you can see he's right there in the top 5. Obviously, Marcus Howard and Marquette, the dynamic guard. And then Miles Powell, Shamari Pons. We'll talk about that throughout this broadcast. Big-time matchup tonight. St. John's and Seton Hall.
That'll be a good one. Quick look there by C.J. Williams. Man, did he need that? He's been struggling from the field. He's got 6.
But what you like about him is he doesn't get discouraged. He continues to stay aggressive. Nice play call by Nickelberry, running him off a down screen for a pull-up J.
C.J. now 3 for 11 from the field. Almost a steal. Here's a pull-up way outside and ripped down by Buffet and then given right back. Johnson lefty layup. Count it.
Georgetown, Malinowski capitalizing off of Howard, not paying attention in the backcourt. Good heads-up play by the senior with the deflection, and then, again, making the right decision. Puts the ball in the hands of Caleb Johnson, who knows what to do with it.
Akawovu with his 2nd foul for Howard. Team foul number 7. 3-point opportunity. Don't cash in. Akawovu with the rebound. Feeling it. He does. C.J. Williams.
And Pickett went under the screen, and Williams made him pay. He's the kind of player where even though he hasn't made a lot of shots, he's starting to heat up. You need to go over that screen, make him put the ball on the floor.
Colin Williams averaging close to a combined 40 points coming into today's game. Williams got the last 7 points. for Howard. See if they continue to feed that hot hand. Buffet in traffic. Lost it out of bounds. Going to be a foul. And it's going to go against Grayson Carter, number 35 for Georgetown.
Well, one thing you'll notice, Dave, and you know this, obviously, being around the game is, you know, Howard has kind of gotten a little rhythm here. Williams is starting to pick his scoring up, and that allows other guys to get confidence. But they, just a freshman, starting to attack the rim a little bit more, and that's what you want to see with your team when you're down from, you know, a deficit. Get some momentum, get your guys going.
See Okawovo taking a seat. Line drive, free throw. Good for Buffet. First trip to the line this season. 34-26, under 2.5. Feeding the post, they go to Carter. Fade away, a little short. And the rebound goes to Anasaki. Cole, feeding the hot hand. Tee it up, Williams, no, in and out, back tap. They battle for it. Coming away is Georgetown's ticket. Lead out. They set up Malinowski. Good, clean look. Can't get it. And the rebound. That putback, no good. Tap by Malinowski. Well done.
Malinowski in the starting role today and stepping up big with McClung being out of the lineup. Nobody puts a body on him, and McClung just skies over everyone.
Nice job there on a tip dunk. A dunk follow, I should say, and that's out of bounds. But Greg Malinowski, the senior, a transfer from William and Mary, follows up, misses, and there he is.
I can tell you one thing, his family would be hyped about that. That's a highlight you don't expect from Malinowski, more known as a shooter, but pretty good size at 6'5", 6'6", playing above the rim.
Boy, the bench went nuts when he came through. That followed dunk. Deep corner jump, no good. That shot missed by Pickett.
We're going to call that on Caleb Johnson with the hold.
That'll be his second.
Foul was committed by number 32, Caleb Johnson.
The team foul.
Number 2 for him, 9 for the Hoya.
Number 9.
Back in the game for Georgetown.
That number 8 for Georgetown. So LeBlanc back into the lineup. Replaces Johnson, and at the line, Xavier Okawovo.
It's funny, when we talked to Coach Nickelberry before the game and asked him on the pronunciation of Okawovo, he said, I don't even call him by his last name, I call him Savior. So we had to do a little research on our own. I think we got it down.
So free throw. Surprised he doesn't throw him by his number. There's Malinowski way outside. 68 seconds left. And a foul's going to go against Okawovo, his third.
Josh LeBlanc, the freshman who, of the 3 freshmen, or the 4 freshmen, you know, Kenjo and McClung have gotten most of the hype, and deservedly so, but LeBlanc has just been a steady force down low. We know he's going to rebound the ball. I mean, that's what he does best, leads his team in rebounding, but he can also score the ball, and I think Pat Ewing, at this point, getting ready for conference play, looks at him as someone he can trust, someone that he may even keep in the starting lineup when Mourning comes back. Who knows? LeBlanc doesn't care whether he starts or not, but he's going to play big minutes going into conference play.
10.6 rebounds on 4 for 4 shooting for LeBlanc. Big contributions here. Lead at a dozen again for Georgetown. Cole and Williams can get the stroke back again. Williams, quick release, no good, and what do we got? It goes off of Buffet. It's going to be Georgetown ball.
Well, this Howard team, they're not shooting the ball great. As you see, Trey Mourning, sideline, had a concussion, got stepped on a couple games ago.
As he was taking a charge, and the offensive player stepped in his hit, so he's undergoing a protocol, concussion protocol, and son, of course, of the Hall of Famer Alonzo Mourning, great player here at Georgetown. That was against the game against Appalachian State.
Mosley has played a solid first half, playing a lot of point guard today, and Akinjo getting a lot of rest.
13 on the clock. Here's LeBlanc in front. Thick puts up the shot and shoot a couple.
You like the decision there. There's a two-man screen and roll action, and LeBlanc, instead of charging his way down too deep, the savviness, the heads-up play to use his body control to avoid the contact and draw that blocking foul.
Two shot. Vice substitution number 3, Garvey.
Nate Garvey coming back in for Howard. He's down at Nanuet, New York, redshirt sophomore. LeBlanc out of Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Makes it a 40-26 Georgetown lead.
Howard a hold for one.
Been a while since Cole scored. He's got 12 points. 9 for C.J. Williams.
Set the high ball screen at some point.
Last 5 seconds, just let it rip from way deep. A high bounce, they battle for it. Georgetown comes down with it, and that'll do it for the first 20 minutes. Stay tuned for our Jeep Grand Cherokee halftime report with Rob Stone, Steve Lavin, and Jim Jackson. After the break, it's Georgetown 40, Howard 26. Good action from our nation's capital as we take a look at our first half statistics. You know, Howard jumped out to a 7-0 lead the first 2 minutes, but it's been all Georgetown since then.
Yeah, and it's really been the fast break points, 17 points by Georgetown and just 4 for Howard. And then the points in the paint have been dominant. And, you know, it's really been Govan and LeBlanc. And in the guard play of Georgetown, instead of settling for jump shots, they've been able to get downhill and penetrate and score down low in the paint.
Georgetown had a 24-5 run to take a 12-point lead. Howard cut it to 8, and another run by Georgetown. As is where we are right now at 40-26. Dave Sims, Tariq Turner, good to have you with us here. Capital One Center, downtown Washington, D.C. Howard, the Bison, from a couple of miles from here, 6-7 record. 4-game losing streak. They've lost 5 of 6 and 7 of 9, and without 2 key players. Georgetown 8-3. And a good start. Jesse Govan from deep.
Perfect execution. They got exactly what they wanted. Little pick and pop action, 2-man game between Akinjo and Govan. Govan very comfortable knocking down the 3-ball.
Double figures for Govan. 64th career double-figure game. Down low. In trouble. And before the shot, Princewell Anosaki working hard underneath. Govan, that'll pick up his 3rd foul.
One thing Georgetown has been really effective with defensively is using their size and the ability of a guy like Govan to jump out on ball screens and use his length.
C.J. Williams a little short on that one. Quick break here. Malinowski stepped on the sideline. Turnover. Malinowski had a good first half. Getting this start. Mac McClung unavailable. Sprained left ankle in practice yesterday. Malinowski getting a lot more playing time today.
And, you know, that could be a positive, Dave. Obviously, you know, you would much rather have McClung, your backcourt duo of him and Akinjo in the game, but it allows other guys to step up and play extensive minutes and get an idea of who you can play, who you can trust as we get ready for Big East play.
Going with the right hand, the lefty, R.J. Cole, fearless, going to the hole there, and a quick counter, and fouled on the play. Is Jamarco Pickett.
R.J. Cole, you know, the scouting report is force him right because he's a strong, dominant lefty guard, but that's like the second or third time he's finished high above taller defenders with his right hand, and a testament to how good he is offensively.
First free throw. Pickett is good.
And Pickett, I think, is the X factor for this Georgetown team. You know, last year was a unanimous selection of all Big East freshmen and averaged 13 points a game, 5 rebounds. But this year, he's kind of been trying to figure his game out, has had some struggles. But today, I think he's been active, had 6 rebounds in the first half, and playing a better overall floor game.
Cousins can't get to roll. Nice move right there to keep dribble alive. Pickett. Pull up, waits for Govan in traffic. LeBlanc got fouled.
Well, I like the fact that Pickett, instead of taking the open three, he took a shot, or he made a strong drive and an interior pass, and that's just recognition, the passing, the spacing, and knowing what your strengths are. Pickett has not shot the ball well from outside, so he gets into the paint, draws 2 defenders, and makes a nice pass, and it's sometimes not the assist, it's the pass that leads to the assist, and in this case, that's what Pickett did there.
Foul Jones is second. LeBlanc at the line. 7th in the conference in field goal percentage, and not bad at the line, just under 70%. 45-28. Cole down the lane and turned it over. Tried to leave it for Wobo. Here's Malinowski going up hard to the hole. You all right? Good sportsmanship. Very good sportsmanship. A foul by Jones, grabbing hold of Malinowski, keeping him out of harm's way.
Defensively, Georgetown has really locked in and made it a handful of issues for Howard to get into their offense, and they've been able to run and really get their transition game going. That's been a positive for Georgetown, not really having to depend on their half-court offense because their transition game is working so well.
There, your officials gone to the replay, taking another look at the foul. Good run out.
Nothing malicious there, but
not at all.
Like he just tried to.
Well, if he does go hard for him or try to block, there's going to be heavy contact. We knew he was going to get called for the foul, so let me just grab him, and everybody comes out of this unscathed.
Right.
There's Rich Chavotkin to your left. 45th year calling Georgetown basketball on radio. There he is, Richie. And there's a, did not appear to be. Let's see what they come away with. It was sportsmanlike. I didn't think it was excessive contact. Let's see what they come up with.
It's possible. We'll find out shortly.
He's going to come over and tell us right now.
Yeah, so we just got the explanation. It is going to be called a flagrant one just because of he grabbed him with the left arm and wrapped him, and you can't do that. It wasn't an excessive contact, so that's why it was not a flagrant 2, but certainly with the grab. Well, it was excessive contact, which is a flagrant 1, but it was not unsportsmanlike, so that's why they kept it as an F1.
There we go. Playing by the rules. The Hoyas get free throws from Malinowski. 46-28 for Patrick Ewing's team. Open up conference play their next game on the 2nd of January against Butler. That'll be in Indianapolis. Then they play St. John's here on the 5th. Malinowski in and out. Tip Govan the second time word.
Howard was in the zone, and that's one of the things that make you vulnerable. When you play zone, it's easier at times when you have a guy like Govan. No one puts a body on him.
Oh, nice play. Beat the double team, did R.J. Cole.
With a hesitation dribble. by Cole. This guy is a handful. Very good at using ball screens and just the ability to change gears. And again, using his right hand, going left. That's tough to guard.
Basket counts, right?
Yeah, it should.
Yeah. He's going to shoot one. Yeah, absolutely. That's a good bucket.
Fastest Bison to reach 1,000 points in program history was 44 games. The St. Anthony High School in Jersey. Was actually recruited by Georgetown and some other high D1s, but decided he wanted to go to Howard. Doing a great job.
17 points for R.J. Cole. Easy one.
Well, that's how you beat the press. You get it into the middle, and you make it, you beat it with the pass, not with the bounce. Another nice decision by LeBlanc.
Govan with 15 points, as mentioned. Previous 2 games, he had a total of 20 points. Here he has 15 in this contest, 7 this half.
That's his third. Checking in for Howard, number 4.
So, Patrick Ewing, I asked him about the upcoming schedule. He says, you know me, I worried about today's game, but yep, we know what's coming up. Butler, St. John, Xavier, and Providence.
But the funny thing about it is, this year, you really don't know how this is going to play out in the Big East. And that's kind of an intriguing, exciting thing to me because there hasn't been a lot of separation. A lot of teams have improved as well. Obviously, St. John's being undefeated. Marquette to me looks like the top team, but a lot to look forward to.
Georgetown picks 7th in the Big East Conference as they work it well here. Govan finishes off the play. Georgetown big. Memorial, one of the great stops here as you tour our nation's capital, Washington, D.C., 52-31. Georgetown on an 18-5 run. Big East Conference play gets underway next on FS1 as Xavier tips off against DePaul. Catch all the action on FS1 and the Fox Sports app. Dave Sims and Tariq Turner with you here in D.C., Capital One Arena. As the Georgetown Hoyas look to go 9-3, and Mitch Kupchak, GM of the Charlotte Hornets, played here in Washington for the Bullets. Now the Wizards, I believe he was on that, the 2 teams that went to the NBA Finals, 78-79, winning one and losing one. There's LeBlanc, another bucket. Williams, it's been a while since he scored, and he goes glass. Used an elbow to get free in the process.
Chicken wing.
Oh, good look. Oh, that was splendid.
And he faked out the whole Howard team with the look away.
That was beautifully done. 17 points for Govan, 17 for LeBlanc.
Basket number 10, Cousins.
Cousins with that last bucket. Great on jumper. Knocking it down is James Akinjo.
We've seen that a couple times from him, just that under control style of play and ability to pull up.
Nice save. Down the lane. Bam, foul.
And LeBlanc has just played an excellent floor game on both ends. Active defensively. And just finishing around the rim, high percentage shots. Very impressed by this freshman.
LeBlanc with 17, Govan with 17, Akinjo with 7. To the line is Raymond Buffet, freshman from Atlantic City, New Jersey. 1,000-point scorer in high school, just the second game. And a steal. Cole, man the beat, goes right, he blows for it. Tip is good. By Buffet right there. Good hustle.
This Howard team is scrappy. They're going to stay with the game and keep guarding and try to turn this Georgetown team over. Akinjo at times can get a little out of control.
And Akinjo riding off the defender. Cole called for the foul. That's his 4th. And we'll step aside here in D.C. It's Georgetown by 20. Playing a whale of a ball game for the Georgetown Hoyas. Inside, outside, a little everything.
He's 6 for 6 from the field, and he's just a guy that you can count on to make the right decision. Scoring, rebounding, defending, he does it all. He plays older than a freshman, and I think he's the kind of guy that I think is going to continue to get an increased role. Early on in the season, Pat Ewing said, look, we don't even run any plays for him. But now he's getting to the point where I think you can run stuff for him. I think Pat will start putting him more in positions where he can score in screen and roll situations and in post-up situations because he's so talented.
6 for 6 from the field. He also has 7 rebounds to go with their 17 points. Quick release, C.J. Williams. Rebound to Govan. Hoyas on the run. Nobody stops the ball. And he shot an air ball.
I think he was surprised he was so wide open.
Yep, Jagan Mosley. Cousins gives it back to Jones. Beg your pardon. Here's Cole. Good look inside. Right idea. In traffic. That won't go. The tip no good. The tip again no good. They battle for it. Here comes Georgetown. Nice cut. Nice job by Malinowski. Knew there was some open space there. Hard foul. Knocks down Mosley.
This is a good decision by Malinowski. Patience, kept his dribble. And then the back cut by Mosley behind the defense. Well, he got hit on the head, which was always concerning. I think he did get caught on the head.
Yeah.
Cousins, who went for the shot fake, when he came down, he grazed or struck Mosley inadvertently.
The second time the officiating crew, Walton, Desai, and Farrell, taking a look at.
Looks to be okay, Mosley.
Michael Leonard, the head athletic trainer, tending to him. Pump fake. Okay, Figgin hit the face. He's going to take a lead. Been taken care of. See who's selected to shoot the free throw.
Whoever Pat Ewing subs into the game is going to have to shoot the foul shots for Mosley. There's a lot of emphasis, and there should be, on health and safety and just trying to make sure that players are safe. And anytime you get hit in the head, there has to be the proper protocol and attention to that and make sure that the players are safe. So that's because of the delay.
You bet.
Common foul is what Earl Walton says. So no flagrant there. It was just a hard common foul.
Looking at Trey Morning. He's sitting out today's game. Concussion protocol. It's Appalachian State suffered a concussion. And make by LeBlanc. Gives him 18. Here it goes. It'll be Howard ball. Howard picked 4th behind Bethune-Cookman, NC Central, and Norfolk State. 12-team Northeastern Athletic Conference. And it's a 3-ball, the big one. So Cole with the triple gives him 20.
He's impressive. I mean, he's the kind of guy who, with him and Williams, when they're on and when they can get Chad Lott back, their other guard, we're talking about 3 big-time scores in your backcourt.
Pickett shakes free. Brings Rain with that 3-ball. He's got 6. And again, Howard playing without Chad Lott and Andre Torrey. Couple of performance. Williams for the steal. Down low, pump fake. LeBlanc hit block, but a foul on the play.
Again, Pickett has made good decisions today in terms of just understanding where he can be effective, using his length, his athleticism as a playmaker. He hasn't shot the ball great, but I just like his energy. He's been very engaged on both ends of the floor. And then, again, LeBlanc is, you know, he's starting to really emerge as that go-to guy down low with Govan. So I certainly expect him in the Big East opener versus Butler. If he's not starting, he's going to play significant minutes, no question about it.
Georgetown in the preseason poll in the Big East picked 7th behind Villanova, Marquette, Providence, St. John's, Butler, and Xavier. Is that about right in your mind?
Well, you know, it's interesting because, you know, Georgetown and all these teams, they don't really put too much weight on preseason predictions. But now that we're kind of a month or two into the season, I think Marquette has been the most impressive, you know, in terms of their body of work, beating with the team that's going to be in the conversation, and then other teams have not really emerged yet, but I think they will in the next month.
With the rebound,
Providence, Butler, Villanova certainly will still be in the conversation.
Villanova picked first in the conference. A big free ball there by Javon Blair. 67-41, biggest lead enjoyed by the Hoyas this afternoon. Hey, turns the corner, cross traffic, turns it over. Breakout, 4-on-3. Wow, that's really well done. Get the ball to Malinowski to the big man.
Yeah, and Malinowski's made a number of really good passes. And, you know, you can see what value he brings to this team. He makes the right decision. Very good passer, good decision maker.
So if they count that, I don't think they will.
Here's just good action. Quick touch pass by Malinowski and a nice cut by Govan. He does a good job of moving into the open space versus that zone. That's how you can score the ball.
Govan, 19 points, 5 for 5, 11 points here in the second half. LeBlanc gets a well-deserved rest. LeBlanc with 20 points, 19 for Govan. Williams frees himself up. Hit the netting, that was it. And keep it right here. Malinowski trying to set up Caleb Johnson. Here's Govan, pull it. Too strong. Give it right back to him.
Well, that's how you finish. Over the top, Govan.
Caleb Johnson with a terrific look. Tell you what, this guy is fearless. Playing in defense, has the shot rejected. Here come the Hoyas. No look past Malinowski. Hello!
That's been the biggest story of the game for Georgetown is their fast break transition points. Scoring off their defense and getting everyone involved.
Way outside, that's a good-looking shot. C.J. Williams, you can see how he got to 1,000 points in just 58 games in his tenure at Howard. Good shooter. Had a cold stretch in the first half. Picked it up. Malinowski, they let him go. Looks like he got caught in between. Couldn't figure out if he wanted to go glass, go for the rim. Another good pass. Caleb Johnson couldn't finish it off.
Well, it's been a dunk fest for the Hoyas.
They've done a good job. A lot of good passing, unselfish play, and guys who are open have finished off these opportunities. And Govan with a flourish. Govan this half, 15 points, 23 for the game, and the shadow of the Washington Monument. And it's good to see Jagan Mosley back. Got a little mouse under his left eye. His preseason coaches poll in the Big East Conference. Your thoughts, Mr. Turner?
Yeah, I think it's a lot different now than it was in the preseason, and still a lot to be determined. I think right now Marquette has probably been the most impressive team from top to bottom, and then St. John's, Seton Hall are two other teams that you kind of think of in that top 3 or 4. And then, you know, after that, there's a lot of separation, and I think that's part of the intrigue of what we're about to embark on, this Big East Conference play starting up. Actually, today is the first day, but starting in the next week, we'll get a chance to see all the Big East matchups.
Patrick Ewing in his second year. Team went 15-15 last year, 5-13 in the conference. They're 8-3 overall, headed for 9-3 here this afternoon.
You know, obviously, we're so used to Villanova being the king of the conference, and they have dominated this conference, but this is a transition year for them. It doesn't mean they can't be good. I think they still have some pieces in Eric Pascal and Phil Booth, those senior leaders. The young guys are still trying to learn how to play the Jay Wright way, and that's going to be the key to what kind of team they're going to have.
Got Big East opener coming up right after our game here to Paul and Xavier. Strong on that one by Javon Blair. C.J. Williams, quick pull-up. Can't get the bounce.
Williams is not a guy that pounds the ball a lot. He only uses 1 or 2 dribbles, or 1-2 pull-up is probably his favorite shot.
It's going to be Howard ball. Gaither's in the game now. Langston Gaither, 0 and a turnover. Johnson laying up. Finger roll right over the front rim.
Nice job by Johnson, another senior who Pat Ewing looks at as a guy that he knows what he's going to get from him. Expects him to play more extensive minutes during conference play.
Oh, nice reverse. Good, strong move to the hole by C.J. Williams. He's got 16.
Well, the decision to attack the basket off the bounce is something that makes him even harder to guard, because you have to respect his ability to shoot the jump shot.
Govan had already set up camp. Pass a little bit out of his reach.
Pickett tries to close out too high, and Williams gets an angle to drive straight to the rim. Nice job using the rim as a shield with that reverse.
Cameron Lewis back in the lineup for Howard. C.J. make it R.J. Cole and C.J. Williams. Good guard combination. Tip is no couple, 3 tips, and Malinowski's got a run out. Might have gotten away with it. Travel Govan set his feet. Not enough. Oh, big rebound by the little man, Williams. Ahead of the pass. Nope, that's not going to work. We'll come back the other way. Short, and a rebound. This is Zion Cousins. 109 to play here in the second half. Shot clock running down. Williams will take it in traffic. Double pump, no good. Rebounded Johnson. Govan. Works out well for Georgetown. And a foul on the play. They're going to get the thing.
This Georgetown team is
his second.
For the most part, been able to control tempo by moving the ball and not letting the ball stick, and that's part of Pat Ewing's offensive philosophy. Good ball movement, hard cuts, hard screens, and then letting the ball do the work. And, you know, Blair is one of those guys who is going to come off the bench and can play the 1 or the 2. can stretch the floor as well with the three-point shot. But he's a guy that I think, well, you kind of have an idea what he can do from last year.
9 points last year, 33% from the field.
And everyone's role has changed on this team for the most part, with the exception of Govan, and that's because of the emergence of the freshmen, McClung, Akinjo, and LeBlanc. Those three are eating up a lot of guys' minutes, and that's just part of adjusting and evolving and learning your new role.
Mac McClung spraying the left. Another rebound, but he can board it and bring it out. Pickett sets up Camp for three. No, tip, don't foul. LeBlanc with another showcase play. He's got 22 points.
He's been a monster on the glass, and he's a relentless motor guy who is always looking to get those tip-ins and offensive rebounds.
Post up. Out of the Seth Curry school there.
He's a bad little man, this guy Cole. I mean, he is determined to get to the rim, has a lot of tricks in his bag, and even though he's the smallest guy out there, he has no problem scoring over bigger opponents.
Generously listed at 6'1". He has shown tremendous fearlessness going inside against the big fellas. Here's another look. The rebound very active. It's been that kind of a day for LeBlanc and the Georgetown Hoyas, dominating 81-48.
Eli
had an early lead, but as you can see now, Georgetown has been in complete command.
Yeah, and the points in the paint really tells the story. That's where Georgetown has been most dominant. The two young men, Govan and LeBlanc, have been the main catalyst. And Govan has so much versatility, probably one of the best shooting big men we've seen in this conference in a long time. Can score a lot of different ways. The thing I like about him is he's asserted himself early in the game, and it carried over to the second half and allowed him to get out and get in transition, score some easy baskets.
Good luck at a Jeep Grand Cherokee stat comparison. Fourth double-double this season for Govan, and the 64th of his career. Senior out of Queens Village, New York. 10 rebounds to go along with it.
Played for the Long Island Lightning back in New York, his hometown, one of the more well-known AAU programs. And his coach is actually here at the game, Dana Dingle, and his other coach, Shadu McNeil, watching from home. Done a great job helping Jesse Govan develop.
3 points, number 0.
Blair, 4 years.
Blair with that bucket, he's got 8. Pull up by Williams, there, ball got fouled.
When you look at this Howard team in conference play, when they get ready, if they can get their full squad back and get Chad Locke back, who was averaging about 14 points and 5 rebounds before he got hurt, and then get their freshman power forward Andre Torrey back, along with what you have with Cole and Williams, I'm telling you, you have a team that is going to be a force in conference play. And when we talked to Coach Nickelberry, before those two guys got hurt, they were top 5 in the country in foul shots, foul shot attempts, because they had so many threats. You can see their upcoming schedule here, but the key for them is not talent or academics. They're doing well in those two parts. It's being healthy, according to Coach Nickelberry.
And again, picked 4th in the MEAC behind Bethune-Cookman, North Carolina Central, and Norfolk State. 84-50. Field goal shooting, but a tough goal for Howard. Malinowski sets free, and he hits a triple.
Malinowski has been very, very impressive today in this start in place of McClung.
Malinowski's got 9. Buffet in trouble, turns it over. Lead out for Blair, taking himself left in. Good English on that release. He gave thought to maybe passing, but he got in so tight. I just want to finish it off. These guys play against each other during the summertime. A lot of familiarity in this game. That bucket's going to count.
Yeah, you're right. They all play in the Kenner Summer League, which is the most competitive summer pro-am here in D.C. Here's C.J. Williams with a quick first step. And that explosiveness, the length also allows him to finish over the bigger size.
You got it. Williams, player, the Rookie of the Year, 2 years ago in the MEAC. Whoops. Going towards the baseline was Pickett. Blair didn't anticipate that. Back into the game, Nate Garvey, number 3 for Howard. And he'll replace C.J. Williams.
We talked to Pat, and obviously he's the kind of in-the-moment coach, as most coaches are. But don't think that he hasn't thought about this next upcoming journey for this Georgetown team, and that's the Big East. And obviously they start at Butler, and then they have St. John's at home next weekend. He's going to find out what kind of team he has real quick.
Blair, the lefty, won't go. Rebound goes to Cole, smallest man out there. In a hurry the other way, and he makes contact. Malinowski draws the foul. Way too quick. Third on Malinowski.
This backcourt for the Hoyas, McClung and Akinjo, when McClung gets back healthy, I think they're only going to get better. They've played some big games already. This young man, Akinjo, really impressed me with his leadership. The team trusts him. They really kind of defer to him in crucial game situations. He has earned that kind of respect where he can make the decision, and usually he makes the right decision. And, that's rare from a freshman to have that kind of responsibility. And, this backcourt, McClung and Akinjo, I think, is only going to improve as the competition improves. And that's the exciting part about this young team.
44 points for R.J. Cole. He went for 17 points a couple of years ago against these Georgetown Hoyas. Coming off a 29-point performance. Lost to Hampton last time out. Oh, look at that reach. Caleb Johnson. A lot of length in this front court for Georgetown.
Well, they have some options, and this is the kind of game where Coach Ewing can kind of experiment and use different guys. Caleb Johnson, this is his second consecutive strong game. He's a senior. He's a guy that has played a lot of games in big moments and has a different role this year, but he's relishing it. And look, he's getting ready for Big East plays, and showing that he's ready for the big stretch of this next season.
Senior out of South Hill, Virginia, 9 points for him today. Went for 18 points and 8 rebounds last December against Howard. Yeah, knocking down that long jumper. There's Nate Garvey. Garvey with his first points of the afternoon. Malinowski comes free. Line drive, a little short, kept alive by LeBlanc, who off the neck out of the game. And there's Johnson with the reverse.
Another nice job, LeBlanc, keeping that ball alive with another offensive rebound. The unselfish pass.
Oh, he's got a nice touch, doesn't he? C.J. Williams.
Beautiful stroke. I mean, it looks like it's going in every time. And he has amnesia when it comes to shooting because he missed a lot of shots in the first half and didn't let it bother him. He's continued to be aggressive.
22 points after getting 9 in the first half. Missed about 6 in a row. Ooh, picked it up. Runner in the lane. That is just off of the lane.
That's the part of his game I enjoy the most, is his ability to score off the bounce, the hesitation, change the pace dribble. Allows him to get a shot off.
One dribble. There it is. Back rim, no good. You can see when Williams is going to score a lot of points this year. Johnson, contact. That will be an offensive foul. LeBlanc has been super busy today, active, doing all kinds of things. And here he is with the tip and the feed for a bucket. 96-60 Georgetown. 6:59 all Hoyas. Here's the Hoyas en route to their 9th win of this season. Patrick Ewing talking with Mosley. Is that with Mosley?
That was Pickett he was talking
Pickett.
to. And that's important. I mean, they're close. He's close with all his guys, but Pickett in particular has had some struggles, you know, in terms of going scoreless a couple games. In one game, he didn't even play. And, you know, Pat Ewing told us before the game, look, I believe in this young man. He's a big part of our team. It's important for me to keep on him and keep him engaged and keep him aware that, look, you can impact the game more than just scoring. And I thought he did that today. He was active, had a lot of rebounds, deflections, and also scored a little bit.
And a foul goes against Georgetown on Abea Kinjo.
Hoyas foul committed by number 3.
And it's the 5th foul on Kinjo, so he's done. Kinjo finishes with 9 points. R.J. Cole at the line. All conference last year. Rookie of the year in the conference. He plays heavy minutes.
He also averages almost 7 assists, so, you know, he's shouldering a lot of responsibility as a playmaker and a scorer.
Averaging 20 points a game coming in at 82% at the line. At 26 points here this afternoon. Some room. And turned it over on the travel. Like he was looking for somebody to come free, and he didn't.
You know, Pat likes to run a lot of sets with good spacing to allow the decision maker, the ball handler, to read the defense on the ball screen.
Nice setup by Cole. Look at that. Eddie Burton bouncing in the tip. Cousins finishes it off. Baseline look. Can't convert Carter. Nice slip pass. That was lovely. Well done. Converted by Charles C.J. Williams.
And that's that synergy between Cole and Williams. They play well with each other and just read each other perfectly. Nice back cut by Williams.
Ooh, off the glass. Devon Blair. Coming up on the century mark. And again, love the fearlessness of that guy.
Right, he's just a
Cole.
big-time guard. You know, he can make the pass, as you see there, the nice back cut by Williams, who was overplayed, so that allowed him to get behind the defense. And Cole with the precise pass. And, you know, I think Cole is the kind of guard who he's going to be a handful for whoever he plays against, because they use him in so many ball screens, and he's very good at navigating. Sometimes he'll reject the ball screen, sometimes he'll use the ball screen, and then he can weave in between two defenders and cause a big to overplay him. And that causes problems for your backline defensively, which means that he's getting into the teeth and creating a shot for himself or his teammates.
Strong left-hander, but as we've seen, a willingness and the ability to finish with the right hand, too.
Yeah, you just hope this Howard team can get healthy, obviously, because they're playing shorthanded with two of their starters out with injuries, and that's something that
George Muirsan making his first appearance of the season. Malinowski out. Marco Pickett out.
Kevin Nickelberry has talked about that a lot, you know, in terms of just getting his team healthy so they can be at full strength.
So Cole at the line. 26 points for him. His backcourt mate Williams with 24, the only two double-figure scores for Howard. First free throw good.
It's the game for Howard. Number 3, Garvey. Number 4, Mattea.
So his dad time in the NBA. George Mearson, 6'9", junior forward. First action of the season.
A little shorter than his dad, but still 6'9", that's no slouch.
Cole's got a really nice touch, and he'll take his leave. Philip Jones, junior guard from Atlanta, played just 2 games last year, getting a chance to play number 15. Aiden Robinson, his first action, number 22 for the Hoyas. First action of the season. Contact and let him play. Final 149 of this ball game. Chip to the backcourt by Blair. Shot clock at 10. Nice pass. Blows the layup. Akavuko could not convert. Step back, got hit. He'll shoot 3. Blair for Georgetown.
That was James Harden step back right there.
Sure
He created
was.
a lot of space.
Wait a minute, which Harden? The 2-step or the 5-step step back? You saw the 5-step step back the other day?
I've seen it, and they don't call it.
Unbelievable.
They do not call the travel on him. He has perfected it. It's almost like, you know, it's a little fishy, but he makes it look so smooth that he gets away with it.
He did one Monday or Tuesday, and I'd seen it. Somebody told me about it, and I must have replayed that a million times.
Yeah,
My
I
goodness,
remember.
he got away with that?
And he's playing at an incredible rate
Agreed.
right now. The last 9 games, I think he's averaging 38, shooting over 50%.
Distance. Akuwobu takes a seat. And Langston Gaither takes his spot. Blair, 15 points all this half. 4 rebounds and 5 assists. (101-67). Gaither couldn't get a friendly roll. The rebound goes to Carter. Good recovery. Good finish. Mearson had it, lost it, knocked out of bounds by Howard.
Coach Ewing able to go deep into his bench today and get some guys some extended time. This may be the last time he can do this for a while because it's about to get real versus Butler.
Hickey season opens. Four days for the Hoyas at Butler, and followed up by a game here at home against St. John's on the 5th.
You know, when you look at Big East play, obviously it's important for all teams to get off to a good start. You know, I think for Georgetown, you know, being that they're a young team and a lot of these guys have not played in that kind of environment yet, on the road at Butler, not an easy place to play. And, you know, Hinkle Fieldhouse is the kind of place where the fans are animated. The Butler team is very well coached. LaVall Jordan does a great job. And the guard play is very, very good as well with Paul Jorgensen and Kamar Baldwin, experienced guards that know how to win games. So, big early test for the Hoyas.
First points of the season for Mearson. Big East play is going to open up in a matter of minutes. Xavier at DePaul later on tonight. St. John's at Seton Hall. As this one put a wrap on this. A resounding win by the Georgetown Hoyas against their D.C. neighbors, the Bison of Howard University, and no doubt about her, 102-67. Govan with 23, LeBlanc with 22. For Tariq Turner, I'm Dave Sims. Final score, Georgetown 102-67. Back to the studio with Rob Stone and company in L.A. Sellers?
All right, guys, thank you. Back-to-back 102-point outings for the Hoyas in Chicago. Good news for the Musketeers. Najee Marshall is a go after missing Xavier's last game with an injury, and same story for the junior, Tyreek Jones. For DePaul, once again, the offense has come courtesy of Max Strus. The Strus continues to be loose. Only twice this season has he been held under 15 points. His average at just a sliver under 20 points a game. And finally, we can say, welcome to Big East Conference play. Improving DePaul, last year's regular season champ Xavier, set to open us up. Glad you're with us today. Rob Stone, Steve Lavin, Jim Jackson in studio. Plenty more from Chicago in a moment. But first, Patrick Ewing's Hoyas, they get win number 10 of the campaign. They're just 5 away from last season's total. But conference play looming in just days for the Hoyas. On the 2nd, they're at Butler, then home to St. John's. On the day, Lav, looking forward to conference play. What impressed you today?
Well, I think Jesse Govan, obviously, he's the pivot. You build championship-level play from the inside out. So when you've got a 7-foot player like Govan that has the skill set to influence the game, both at the basket, but also stepping out to the three-point line, which creates better spacing. And then, of course, defensively, you've got to be able to protect the rim, provide resistance, and Govan is capable of doing all those things. More on the win in a second with Georgetown head coach Patrick Ewing, who joins us live now from the floor of D.C. Coach, thank you for joining us. We're going to spin forward already on you. You know, enjoy this win for just a few seconds, but we're going to talk about Big East Conference play coming your way next. 5-13 last season in conference play. Where is this season's team better prepared for conference play, Coach?
Well, I think we're a much deeper team. Even tonight, you know, Mac McClung got hurt yesterday in practice, wasn't able to play. James Akinjo got in foul trouble. Jesse played a great game. The rest of the guys stepped up and did an outstanding job. You know, I think that we have a team that is deep. If we can stay healthy, you know, we should do well in the Big East.
Coach Steve Lavin, congratulations on the win. Jesse Govan, a double-double. Take us back to your first time working with him, and over these past 2 seasons, the biggest changes in terms of elevating his play, because it's been a dramatic shift when you look at the numbers and the way he's playing right now at both ends of the floor.
Well, today was a great game for me. You know, he had 2 subpar games in our last 2 outings. I sat him down, I talked to him, talked about what he needs to do if he wants to get where he's trying to get to, and he stepped up today. He played a phenomenal game, both offensively and defensively. He got in a little foul trouble in the beginning of the game, but was able to keep his composure and come out in the second half and play terrific for us. Scoring the ball, passing the ball, and also rebounding it.
Pat, what's up, Jimmy Jackson? I kind of like Beast better than Coach Ewing because we got a relationship there. Hey, but listen, I talked about this at the beginning, at halftime more so. James Akinjo, McClung, they kind of got more of the hype coming in. But Josh LeBlanc, I mean, this young man, 22 points, 11 rebounds. How high is his ceiling?
Oh, his ceiling is high. I sat him down and talked to him at halftime. His energy, his effort. I keep telling the team, I don't run not one play for him. And at one point, he was our 3rd leading scorer. Like you said, 22 points, 11 rebounds, just based on energy, effort. And, you know, if he continues to do that, and while his game keep on building on his game, he's going to be fantastic. He's going to have a fantastic career here at Georgetown.
Coach, first time since 1966, Georgetown has posted back-to-back 100-point outings. Congratulations, an early Happy New Year from all of us, and we'll see you when Big East Conference play fires up. Patrick Ewing and the Hoyas getting win number 10 of the season. Looking forward to it, Coach. Well, this week